sorry, buy our book right now. But we're at Belmont. Again, thank you for coming. As far as I know, this concludes the program. We appreciate your presence. Thank you.
About page 10 or 11 or something.
Interlock them. What? Interlock them. Just make it hide behind that.
Curtains open.
Oh, Eleanor! Where are you?
I'm here, Dad.
It's time for you to get your hair cut.
Dad, can't I go to the beauty parlor this time to get my hair cut?
There's no reason to go to the beauty parlor to get your hair cut when I can do it right here at home. Now hold still.
Dad, keep it a little long, okay? Don't let my ears show, please.
Now quit moving. You'll have to hold still. I have to get this even. I'll hold on a minute.
Oh,
This will make it look perfect.
Curtains closed.
let's get ready.
5,
5,
3,
2,
1.
Action.
Eleanor.
Yes,
Where are
Dad.
you?
Yes, Dad, here I am.
We need some ice. Could you go to the store and buy us some?
Yes, Dad.
Here's the money.
Thank you. Oh. Oh, it's heavy.
Oh, that's good.
Oh no! My ice is falling away. Oh no!
No, not sure. I'll take it to be no problem.
Look! My ice! It's rolling down the street!
I think I can get it. Yes, here it is. I caught it.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Sessom. Thank you so much.
Good. You might want to say it a little faster. It's a little bit
After
slow.
Tyler pulls it off, I touch it, I take it out.
Yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Scene,
Go ahead.
scene 3. Jobs. Every Saturday, Eleanor had to scrub the steps between the two apartments.
Eleanor, wake up. Wake up, Elle. It's Saturday morning.
What?
It's Saturday morning. Your day to scrub all the steps. Here's the sponge.
You get the idea that I do an awful lot of work around here. Okay, I get up and I scrub those steps, and I won't complain on the outside. It's only 1930 or so, and generally, children don't argue or whine at their parents. And so I'll wash all those steps, but I won't like it and I won't forget it. And someday I'll tell my children and my grandchildren about this terrible job.
That's nice. Here's the pail.
Curtain.
Very good.
Excellent.
Very, very good.
Thank you!
All right.
4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Scene 4. Brownie visits Grandma Leedy. Every day, Harold's dog Brownie would leave Lena's house alone and trot a few blocks over to Grandma Leedy's house to visit her.
Curtains open.
Roof, 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 roof.
Harold, Harold, let Brownie out. He's barking.
Okay, Mom. Okay, boy, I'll let you out.
Roof. Roof, 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 roof.
Hello, Brownie. Did you come to visit me today? Here's a little treat. Good boy.
That's good.
Excellent.
Nice.
Yeah, there we go.
Good.
Okay, am I in the second
Okay,
one?
now,
Where do I put
all right,
this?
will you put him back in bag number 4?
4, 3, 2, 1.
Scene 5. Lily visits Aunt Frida. Once a week, Grandma Lily would take Eleanor over to visit Aunt Frida. Then Eleanor would play with Herbie.
Curtains open.
Eleanor, today is our day to go over to Aunt Frida's house to visit. Let's go.
Hi. Hi, Herbie. Hi, Elle. Want to go play? Sure.
Hi, Frida. Have you talked to Mom recently?
Yes, why don't you come in? Did you hear what Lena did yesterday?
Ooh, that's good.
Good.
Okay.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Scene 6.
Take one.
Leroy Bartell, the boy who lived upstairs. Leroy won't tell Eleanor stories about Blackbeard.
Curtains open.
What are you doing, Al?
I'm making horse reins with my knitting, Nancy.
Oh,
Leroy, would you tell me the story of Blackbeard?
no, it's too scary.
Please, I'll give you a piece of my horse rein when it's finished.
No, you'd be too scared.
The next day, Eleanor is sitting on the steps again, playing with her dolls and dollhouse.
What are you doing, Eleanor?
I'm playing with my dolls in my dollhouse.
Oh,
Leroy, would you please tell me the story of Blackbeard?
no, it's too scary. I told you that already.
Please, I'll let you play with my dollhouse.
No, I said no.
Ugh.
The next day, Eleanor is sitting on the steps again, playing school.
Hi, El. What are you doing?
I'm playing school. Leroy, please tell me the story of Blackbeard.
No, it's too scary.
Please, I'll let you be the teacher.
No!
I didn't care about Blackbeard anyway.
Good.
War, time for love.
Okay, no.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Scene 6, Part 2, the poetry recitation. Leroy has beaten Elle as top poetry reciter.
Curtains open.
I don't want to go to school.
Why not?
Because I'm sad.
Because you didn't win?
I'm sad, yes, I'm sad about the poetry contest because Leroy did win and he's 2 years older than I am and I thought I was pretty good, but I guess I wasn't. And I don't want to see everybody and I'm just sad.
Well, you're just going to have to make the best of it and go to school because you're in 3rd grade and you have never missed a day of school yet. And I'd like to see if you can set a record here in Irvington as being one of the only children to miss 0 days of school. In fact, if you do make it for all 12 years without missing any days, all good in school and ask if you can be given some kind of special recognition. But they probably won't even recognize you. But anyway, just in case, you can't miss school just because you're sad. This is a tough German household, and we just don't do things like that.
So I have to go?
Yes.
Oh.
Good morning, Eleanor.
Good morning, Mrs. Feldkamp.
Why, what's the matter, Eleanor?
Nothing.
You don't seem like your cheery self. Are you a little sad?
Yes, I guess I am.
Could it be about the poetry contest yesterday?
It is.
Well, Eleanor, I have a little surprise for you. Look here. I just received a lovely note from Miss Beckinger up in the 5th grade. She says she thought you did a beautiful job reciting your poem yesterday. In fact, she thought it was so good that she would like you to go up to her class and recite your poem to the 5th graders. Would you like to do that?
Oh, yes, I would like to do that. Shadow by Robert Louis Stevenson. I have a little shadow that goes in and out with me, and what can be the use of him is more than I can see. He's very, very like me from the heels up to the head, and I see him jumping for me when I jump into my bed. The funniest thing about him is the way he likes to grow. Not at all like proper children, which is always very slow. For sometimes he shoots up taller like an India rubber ball. And sometimes he gets so little that there's none of him at all. He hasn't got a notion of how children ought to play and can only make a fool of me in every sort of way. He stays so close beside me, he's a coward, you can see. I'd think shame to stick to Nursey as that shadow sticks to me. One morning, very early, before the sun was up, I rose and found the shining dew on every buttercup. But my lazy little shadow, like an errant sleepyhead, had stayed at home behind me and was fast asleep in bed.
Yahoo! Oh yeah. I'm Arnold Schwarzenegger. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That afternoon,
So that's what happened today at school, Dad.
That was very nice of Mrs. Baxter to have you recite for her class. I think I'll write her a note. Dear Mrs. Baxter, this is just a short note to thank you for allowing Eleanor to recite her poem in the 5th grade. It made her feel better after not winning the contest. Sincerely, Rudolph C. Lurcher.
I'll have her right back to Miss Lurcher.
several days later,
Well, look at this note I got from school today. It says,
Dear Mr. Lurcher, thank you for your kind letter. It was nothing really. It was the least I could do for poor little Eleanor. She did such a beautiful job with her recitation. I actually thought she should have won the prize because, as many may say one day, Helen Hayes couldn't have done it better. She is such a sweet little thing, and I was so impressed with her facial expressions. Dear Mrs. Backinger.
Eleanor, I'm proud of you, even if I never tell you.
curtain.
She's gone. You are still here.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The teen years. Scene 7. Roller skating. Eleanor and her girlfriend Myrtle skate in circles monotonously.
Curtains open.
Hey, Myrtle. What, Eleanor? You see any cute boys anywhere? No, not really. How about you? No, neither do I. Want to stop skating? Okay.
Right.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Scene 8. Lake Hopatcon.
Curtains open.
It is so hot today.
Yeah, it is. I wish we had more fans so you could fan me.
Elle! No, Lil! Elle! Are you in there? Yes, we're here. Oh my. Why don't we go to Lake Hopatcon and go swimming?
It looks like you're all ready to go, Dad.
I am. Let's go.
Brooks, you can't.
Yeah, that's right. I'm trying to back this
You need to remember you don't
Okay. You didn't see this part.
Okay. Let me see.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Scene 9. Clubs. The Saxettes.
It's time for a weekly meeting of the Saxette Club girls, the secret club that we copied from the boys' academic club. Do you have your uniforms on? Oh, Myrtle, you look really nice today with your big green S on.
Thanks, Sal. You look real good too.
Where are the other girls?
I'll be coming a little later.
Should I wait for them, or would you like to hear me read my latest column now?
Oh, read it now. Is it about Ernie?
Well, just wait and see. I'll have to go get it. Okay, here it is. Well, okay. To the Bahamas with Ernie by Eleanor Lurcher. We set off for the islands with a real sense of adventure. Our ocean liner was so luxurious. We dined with the captain nightly and played shuffleboard and drank fresh squeezed orange juice on the main deck daily. When we reached the Bahamas, we were ready to leave the massive ship and explore the island paradise. The water was clear as glass, and Ernie and I swam in the water like we were fish, swirling and twisting in the depths. We came out of the water what seemed like hours later. Ernie had to carry me up on the beach since I was so tired. His massive shoulders rippled as he whisked me out of the water and onto the beautiful white sand. After resting, we had an exotic Bahamian dinner and shared a cup of coconut milk. He used my straw. The next few days on the islands, we spent exploring the jungle, talking to the natives, and taking long walks on the beach. Ernie held my hand and tried to kiss me, the fresh thing. I almost let him. Then, before we knew it, we had to depart for home. We climbed aboard the ship and waved so long to the islands. We steamed off into the blue, headed for home, Ernie's strong arm encircling my shoulder. The end.
Oh, man. Ooh, that was great, Al. It was so romantic. Next week, it'll be my turn to write a column. I haven't decided which guy I'm going to write about, though. Well, what should we do today? Should we walk all the way up to South Mountain Reservation?
Oh, no, that's too far.
Listen, if we walk a really long way and we look really tired, maybe that guy with the big car will give us a ride home.
Oh, okay, let's go.
Later, Eleanor is leaving her friends, and she walks into her house.
Oh, that was so much fun up on South Mountain Reservation in that big guy's car. Oh, no. The dreaded note from Mother. Dear Eleanor, please peel the potatoes. Yuck! Curtain.
I fell down in the middle of it.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Graduation from Irvington High School.
Al, where are you going after graduation?
I'm going to Berkeley Secretarial School.
Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The work year, scene 11, first job.
Curtain opens.
Here I am at my first job at GMAC. I just got my first paycheck. The pay here is very good. I made $18 this week. That's great money for 1941.
Good.
Excellent.
Good job.
Yeah, we're over here.
Okay, scene 12.
Wait, can I have the high?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Scene 12, memo from the captain. In 1944, Eleanor worked for the Air Force in Newark. It was called Atlantic Overseas Air Technical Service Command. Did Eleanor Lurcher do a good job as an employee at flight operations in Newark? Let's ask her boss, Captain Vernon Kamak.
Curtains open.
Due to the nature of the work involved, because of the ability and keenness with which this employee handles complicated situations that arise only at flight operations, it is imperative that this employee remain in her present capacity in this section. Her knowledge of the handled through these operations pertaining to aircraft, flights, and aircraft records, etc., makes her irreplaceable in this section. The speed and natural aptitude with which she grasps this work is extraordinary, and the regular training period allotted by civil service to break in new personnel would not nearly be sufficient to train new personnel. In view of the heavy workload under which this section is operating at the present time, and with no let-up in sight, it would be very inconvenient, and the efficiency of this activity would be impaired if new personnel would be introduced into this position. Thank you.
Very good.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Scene 13. Elle meets Ted. Myth or truth?
Oh, gentle presence, peace and joy and power. Oh, life divine that owns each waiting hour.
Who is that tall, good-looking hunk of a stranger here in church? Can you introduce me to him? Hello, hello. Can anybody introduce me to him? Hello, excuse me. Who knows that guy? Hello. Don't let that tall guy get away.
There you are.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Scene 14. Poem of engagement. As luck would have it, Eleanor did find out the tall stranger's name, and after quite some time, a wise poet composed the following.
Ode on Happiness by E.V. Deservi, 9/14/49.
Curtains open.
A handsome young fellow named Ted sat down by his best girl and said, I love you, Miss Lurcher. I'd never desert you if you would consent that we wed. A pretty young girl was Miss Eleanor, the kind that all the men are yelling for. She replied to her Ted, I like well what you said. It's your babies I'm learning my spelling for. They decided to live life together, no matter what change in the weather. Their living as one made life's problems such fun, that all the troubles were light as a feather.
Good.
Good job.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Scene 15. Wedding.
Curtains open.
Dun, 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 dun. Kiss.
Dun, dun, dun,
Good. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Married life. Scene 16. At home with the Collens in Whippany. Ted and Eleanor got their first child. He was little and cute. It wasn't too long after that they got their second baby. And 2.5 years later, another baby arrived.
Whoops, sorry, I did not see you.
Why don't you open your eyes, little brother?
Very good. That was good. Okay, we're going to get going here.
Scene 17. Dastardly deeds at Woodcrest Road.
Out of the night, when the full moon is bright, comes the horseman known as Zorro.
Bruce, what do you want for lunch?
Oh, just noodles, Mom. This bold renegade carves a Zeke with his blade, A Z that stands for Zorro.
Sorry, not for lunch. How about PB&J?
Okay, Mom. Zorro, Zorro, the fox so cunning and free. Zorro, Zorro, who makes the sign of the Z. Zorro, Zorro, oh no, I can't believe I did that. I would have been in big trouble if Mom had seen that.
Just
Okay, Mom, I'm coming to lunch. I'll go wash my hands.
Mommy, guess what?
What, Carolyn?
Glenn Gaddis eats dog biscuits.
I'm not hard to believe, Carolyn.
Really, Mom, I saw him do it with my own eyes.
Well, then it must be so then. Do you think Corky will be wanting to share some of his next time Glenn comes over to play? That is, of course, if Glenn likes milk.
Great idea, Mom.
Boy, do I hate going down in that deep, dark cellar. Ah! Help! I stepped on something. I thought it was a fox, but it was a bat. Help! Help!
4, 3, 2, 1.
Scene 18, Memories from Crossroads.
Curtain open.
Mommy! Daddy!
Mommy, Daddy,
Mommy! Daddy!
What's wrong, kids?
Corky is upset.
Why?
We think it's because of all the loud noise and all the balloons popping.
Oh, well, we'll try to be a little quiet.
but Mom, he's eating your shoes again.
That's okay. Just keep him out of my bedroom.
She won't be so happy when she wakes up in the morning and sees what her high heels look like.
Good job, Ron.
Good job, guys.
Good.
Very good.
You did it. Scene 19, Breton Woods.
Boy, was that a long, hot drive tonight, El.
Yeah, and I was so tired of listening to those kids with their races.
Races?
Oh, you must have blocked it out. Good for you. You know, when each one picks one of Corky's drools and they race them down the vinyl covers on the back seat of the Chevy.
Oh. Who won?
I don't know, but Corky's always the loser in that game, the poor thing.
So, El, where do you want to take the kids tomorrow? To the Matitacock or over to Manilokin?
Oh, that river is always so dirty to swim in. Let's go to the ocean.
Okay. As long as we don't drive past the breakers. Those kids in there. Breakers, breakers, breakers.
Speaking of breakers, I hope the waves aren't too big tomorrow.
Well, El, if they are, you can always hang on to the ropes.
We'll take the rafts and the umbrella, the lunch, and if the kids are good, we'll buy them an orange popsicle. The kind with the vanilla cream in the middle.
Ah, good idea. Let's get going. I'll load the car.
Okay, and I'll make sandwiches and get the kids ready.
Scene 20, Midge in Potomac.
Hi. I was the run of the litter, and I thought I was in deep doo-doo, because Mrs. Dowd kept telling people my rear end wasn't the right size for the show. I thought I wasn't going to find a good home, but then Mrs. Dowd brought in these really neat folks who just wanted a dog for a dog. I knew I had to snatch him, so I made a beeline. I licked him up and down and left there a happy camper. The first few weeks were a little tricky because I really liked going to the bathroom on that nice big blue living room rug, but they didn't think that was too cool. We eventually agreed that outside was a place for me, even though they all kept going inside. Early on, they would lock me in this little cage in the morning, and everybody would leave for a long time. Boy, I thought my bladder would burst, but just then somebody would come home and we'd get things taken care of. Ended up really liking that cage. They left the door open, unlocked it, moved it up to the master bedroom. Felt nice and cozy in there, kind of like this. One of my favorite things to do was to beat the crap out of a little toy mouse. Kind of like this.
Not doing.
No one ever taught me how to do that. I just did it. I wonder if my parents and my grandparents did it too. They'd take me back to see Mrs. Dowd every so often. I hated that. She cut off all my hair and put this silly powder on my paws. I kind of looked like this. Then I'd have to wear this silly coat outside if it was the wintertime. I couldn't wait to get back inside. I was so afraid of being seen by one of the neighborhood studs. Speaking of studs, every now and then I'd have some fun with a pillow. They used to call it my boyfriend. They got this strange look on their faces and wanted me to stop whenever they happened to wander in the room. Never did understand that. Oh well. I loved all of them, but Eleanor was the best. The two kids just called me Mutzi and Buzzy and bugged me a little. The dad spent most of his time in the basement, but he was really nice. That Eleanor, though, she was a pushover. I'd just look into her eyes and I'd get anything I wanted. But I know I gave her a lot too, most of my love, that is. When I was getting up in my years and my little ticker would give out from time to time, I'd started spending a lot of time at the vet. That Eleanor would make me special food, rice and meat, all the time. Boy, did she take care of me. I loved being on her lap at night and getting those massages. She kept me going far longer than I ever thought I'd last. Well, I'm up in doggy heaven now, hanging with Petty and Corky. It's been fun to compare notes with those guys. We all agree on one thing, though. Eleanor's number one, a best friend forever.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Scene 21, going to work. Being a librarian. Eleanor is standing behind a window in the office of the library at Carter Rock Elementary School. A little boy comes up and mumbles something.
Are you my mother?
No, honey.
The next day, he returns.
Are you my mother?
No, honey.
He repeats this question yet a third day.
Are you my mother?
No, I'm not, honey. Isn't it sad? That poor little guy thinks I'm his mother.
On the fourth day, Eleanor's no longer behind the window. She passes the little boy in the hallway.
Hi, Mrs. Collen. Look, I finally checked out my favorite book by Dr. Seuss. Are you my mother?
Four, 3, 2, 1.
Scene 22, being the school secretary.
Listen to what the staff at Cold Spring Elementary wrote to me when I left. To Eleanor, lest you forget Cold Spring School and staff. Good morning, Cold Spring School. Mrs. Collen speaking. How many times a day, given this pleasant greeting, register a new child or two, take care of us great need. To give Johnny Jones a message for guests, coffee or tea. Thoughtful, kind, and cheerful, with an understanding way. It describes our Eleanor in the office every day. Since a new experience beckons you, may good fortune guide your way. As a Cold Spring alumnus, come back often for a tete-a-tete. Before you go, we must say, although we're sad, my dear, we know Cold Spring was a better school because you were here.
Very good.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Scene 23, travel.
Spin, Ted. Let's go to Greece. Spin, Ted. Let's go to China. Spin, Ted. Let's go to England. Spin, Ted. Let's go to India. Spin, Ted. Let's go to Paris. Spin, Ted. Let's go to Indonesia. Spin, Ted. Let's go to Egypt. Spin, Ted. Let's go home.
Really good. Really.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Grandparenthood. Scene 24, grandchildren are born. February 20th, 1983.
Collen!
March 28th, 1984.
Taiwan!
July 7th, 1986.
Salvador.
June 10th, 1988.
Gregory.
June 20th, 1989.
Buckfeet. We love you, Mimi.
That wasn't very nice.
That was good.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Scene 25, move to Ohio.